Madeleine L'Engle was born on November 29, 1918. Spent her beginning years in New York City. Growing up, instead of schoolwork, she wrote stories, poems, and journals as early as age 5. It reflected on her grades, not nicely, but didn't let it get to her. At age 12, she moved to the French Alps with her parents and went to an English boarding school where her writing continued to grow stronger. She finished high school in the United States at Ashley Hall in Charleston, South Carolina. She went to Smith's College, graduating with honors, studying English. While working in theater, she wrote her first 2 novels, The Small Rain and Ilsa, before meeting her husband and actor Hugh Franklin. They had 3 children as they moved to Connecticut. They owned a general store for 9 years, ran a small dairy farm, and she was a librarian for more than 30 years. She lectured to many congregations of all denominations. She believed that her Episcopal upbringing, with its language and imagery, influenced her craft as a writer. Hugh passed away in 1986. She lived through the 20th century into the 21st, writing over 60 books. She passed away on September the 6th, 2007. Out of her many books, I got to read A Wrinkle in Time, A Wind in the Door, The 24 Days Before Christmas, and The Glorious Impossible. A Wrinkle in Time was awarded 4 awards from 1963 to 1965, the John Newbery Medal, the runner-up Hans Christian Andersen Award, the Sequoia Award, and the Lewis Carroll Shelf Award. American writer Madeleine L'Engle, under genres of essays, poetry, Christian fiction, and science fiction, was best known for her young adult fiction book, A Wrinkle in Time, the Newbery Award winner medal of 1962. I thought this book was an interesting read because it felt like I was reading someone's dream. I wanted to know more. It really got me hooked inside, and it's a sequel of 5 books. A Wrinkle in Time. There is a girl named Margaret Murray. She goes by Meg. She has twin brothers named Dennis and Sandy and a baby brother named Charles Wallace. They live in a house with their mother. She is a scientist. The father is a physicist and he's been gone for way too long. Mrs. Whatsit, Mrs. Who, Mrs. Which, and Calvin, a school friend, help Meg and Charles on a journey to bring their father back home. On the way, they had some trouble, which was warned by a happy medium. Beware of the man with the red eyes and camazotes. He captured Charles Wallace and took him to a black thing named It. The father was found, but they fell into a new world named Ixchel. A beast of friend they met there helped them. The gift of love brought Charles back. They went home in the end thanks to the 3 misses. The second book that I read was A Wind in the Door of 1973, which got a Learning AV Award and is part 2 of A Wrinkle in Time. This book didn't catch my attention because it annoyed me, having me go back and rereading so many parts of the book over and over to make sure the setting was correct in my mind. I wasn't sure if the set of the characters were in the Galaxy universe scene, like in part 1, or were they inside the little boy Charles Wallace's body. I found out that they were in his body, fighting down the evil in there. A Wind in the Door. Charles Wallace was now 6 years old. He was in 1st grade. He saw a dragon in the garden of his twin brothers. He told his sister Meg she didn't believe him. Then truth grew. She noticed he was pale, gasping for air. He was ill and his mother and doctor tried to find a cure. Meg went back to the side of the dragon. Who was there? Many creatures came to help and improve his oxygen, like Calvin and school principal Jean, and the tall man and Prognoscase, who taught them to talk telepathically. They went inside Charles Wallace to fight the enemy threat. Distance, size, where, and time were not important versus now. A man named Spoils risked his life to save them and bring them home. Let the world be told, Charles Wallace they uphold forever. The third book that I read was The 24 Days Before Christmas of 1964. I love this book so much because Christmas is fun, and then I can connect with it because I feel like I'm at the church watching the play live. My cousin from Brownsville, he was in the exact same play as this little girl, and he was the angel. So I find that very wonderful to connect like that. I feel like I'm there again. The 24 Days Before Christmas. La 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 la. My name is Vicky Austin. I'm 7 years old. I have a brother and sister. John is 10, Susie is 4. This year is very special. I can read and have a part. I'll be an angel for the pageant this Christmas Eve. It is December 1st, our first day of Advent, with all our Christmas cheer. Each day, decorate as a family, from putting up our calendar to hanging a mistletoe. We bake cookies and decorate our tree. Our daddy is a doctor who's very busy. Mommy is pregnant with her 4th baby. As the days went by, we reached the 24th. There is a blizzard, which seems cool at first. The pageant is canceled, and Daddy is still at work. We hope he can make it tonight. When we see a light coming up the hill, Daddy's coming home. 3 cheers all around. The wish that I wanted, my family safe at home. That's all I wanted when Christmas came to town. That night, Mommy gave birth to my baby brother. Thank you ever so much. A special thanks to